What's up everyone, it's Alex here from the Wynwood YMCA. We're here today with a little foam rolling in stretch class. So we're gonna start off with some foam rolling, do a little mobility before that to get you guys loosened up, and then we're gonna finish with some stretching. So this is a great class to do after you did a nice workout, especially one of our HIIT trainings or weightlifting, or even on an off day where you're just recovering yourself and you're a little sore. So before we even touch that foam roller, let's just get those arms going. Bring it up, out, and around. Get the blood flowing a little bit. Loosen up the shoulders a bit. All right, let's just switch the direction. Bring the hands up, release at the bottom. All right, last one here. Very good. We're gonna take this foam roller now, bring it down to the floor, down on your mat. We're gonna start on the right side, which means left knee, shin, and foot is on the foam roller. Hands together out in front. We're gonna take a big inhale here. Exhale, open up. Inhale, come on back. As you open, make sure that knee does not pop off the foam roller. It stays intact the entire time. Make sure we're exhaling as we open up. Right here, we get to stretch out and open both the middle and the lower part of our back. We're gonna do two more here. Last one. Very good. Now all we're gonna do is switch sides. So we flip it around. Left side now. If you just did your right, that's okay. I'm gonna be on my left though, so my right knee, shin, and foot is on the foam roller. Take a big inhale up. Exhale, open up. Inhale, bring it back. All right, let's do two more here. Last one. And relax. Very good. So we're gonna sit it up now. Foam roller is gonna come behind the back. So we're not gonna roll the lower part of the back. We're gonna avoid that as there's not much protection for the spine there. So I want you to put the foam roller about halfway up the back. Feet out in front, lift the hips up, hands support the head for now. And we're just gonna roll nice and easy. All the way up to just below the neck, to about halfway down the back. Nice and slow here. It's like you're just massaging your back with the foam roller. You're giving yourself a massage. If you need a little less, if it feels a little painful, drag the hips and butt right on the mat. From here, I want you to take the hands off the head, straight out front, reach towards the ceiling. You might get some pops here. Crack in the back a little bit. Do one more roll up and down. And then very good. From there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to your left side now. So support the head with the right hand. Left arm comes up. Lean to your left. You're gonna go right behind that left shoulder blade. So now you get a little more pressure isolated on the left side of your back. You can play around with the angle of the arm, come straight out, maybe come up a little higher. If you feel a spot that needs a little extra work, just kind of pause there. Maybe go 1 to 2 inch rolls back and forth. Very good. From there, you're gonna support the head with the left hand, come a little bit more to the left. Don't lean too much because we don't want to go into the rib cage. We're just trying to get that big lat muscle now right on the side of the back. That tends to get very tight on us. Couple more rows here. And very, very good. From there, I'm just gonna have you guys flip it around. You can just go right to the other side. I'm just gonna do this so you guys can see me a little better. So this time, we're coming back. We're gonna keep supporting our head with our left hand, but this time, right hand comes up. We're leaning to the right, and we're rolling right behind that right shoulder blade. Remember, you can play with the angle of the arm. Maybe bring it down. Maybe bring it back up. Very good. From there, I'm gonna have you guys support your head with the right hand. You're gonna lean just a little more to the right. Come more into that lat muscle on the side of the back. And then relax there. Very, very good. So, from there, we're gonna come right into the piriformis. So right where the glute meets the lower back is where I want you to place the foam roller. We're gonna start on the right side. So what I want you to do, cross the right leg over the left, lean to the right just a bit, and about 2 to 3 inch rolls back and forth. So again, foam roller is right where the lower back meets the glute. And you got a deep muscle in there. When you hit it, you'll kind of feel a sensation go right down your leg. All right, let's lean a little bit more to the right. Keep going. You can always rock side to side here as well if you find a spot that needs a little extra. Very good. We're going to switch it now, come to the other side. I'm just going to lean the other way, cross the other foot over. You can play with the feet crossing if you can cross the other foot as well, so you can do right over left and still lean to the left if you want. Give it some different variations as you roll. I'm gonna stay here, lean a little more to the left, try to get a little deeper in there. Very, very good. From there, uncross, we're gonna move the foam roller down a little more. I'm gonna cross the left over right again, this time going into the glute though. So now we're coming all the way down the glute muscle and back up. I'm on the right side to start, and then we'll switch it over to the left. Remember, go nice and slow here. That way you can kind of find spots. If you ever find a spot that's giving you trouble, kind of go 1 to 2 inch rolls nice and slow. You know, you can always rock side to side a little bit. Very good. From here, uncross, right over left, lean to the left. We're going on the left glute now. All right, very good there. From there, we're gonna come off the foam roller. I'm gonna switch it over here to the right leg to start. So I'm gonna go just below the knee to just below the glute. We never roll behind our knee. We try to stay away from most of the joints. as there's not much muscle there. Everything we want to roll is muscles. Think about that. Always roll out the muscles here. So, toes pointing outwards to start. We're going to come on the back of our leg, the outside part of our hamstrings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my left foot on the ground, lift my right foot up, try to lift my butt up, all the way forward, all the way back. Nice and slow. If you want extra, you can always cross your left over your right. If it's too much, keep that left foot down. You can even, like I said before, you can drag the butt across the floor. You gauge how much pressure goes on your muscles. So if it's too much, bring it a little less. If you need more, add a little more. You can also always just press your leg into the foam roller for more. So from here, we're going to continue to roll. If you need to readjust at any time, readjust it. We're going to point the toes straight up and down now. I'm going to roll right behind the leg. Again, just to above the knee to just below the glutes. All right, from there, we're going to turn the toes in, and you're going to roll right on the inside part of the hamstrings. You kind of get almost into the adductors a little bit there too. If you're having trouble keeping your foot up, that right foot up and your hips up, you can always come down to the elbow and lift up that way. I personally like going on my hands, but I know some people that have a better time going on the elbow for this one. All right, last one here. Very, very good. We're just gonna switch that foam roller through the legs. We're gonna come right to the other side. I'm gonna turn around though so you guys can see me a little better. Point the toes out, just above the knee to just below the glute. Back of the leg still. Outer portion of the hamstrings. From here, let's point those toes straight up and down. We're coming right behind the back of the leg. Remember, if you ever need to readjust the foam roller or your body position, feel free to do so. Nice and slow, same as always. If you ever find a spot that's giving you extra problems, spend a little more time on it. All right, from here, we're gonna point those toes in again. If you need to readjust, you can. Point the toes inward. We're gonna roll. Inside part of the hamstrings. You can always come down to the elbow here if you need. All right, last roll here. And very, very, very good. All right, now we're gonna flip it all the way over. We're gonna come to the front of the thighs here. All right, so I'm gonna start with my left leg. I know we just did the hamstrings there, but that's okay. We're gonna be doing the quads now. So same type of thing. We're gonna start with the toes pointed in though. I'm gonna go just above the knee to just below the hip. And we're gonna go the outer portion of the quadriceps. So I have my right foot in front. I'm on my elbow for this one. You can go on your hands as well. I lift or drag my foot depending on how much pressure I want. And I come all the way up just below the hip to just above the knee. Now for this one, because you got a lot of length in those quadriceps, you can always go with the lower half first, do a few rows down there, and then bring it all the way up, and do the upper half of the leg second. So you can kind of split it up into halves if you want here. Remember, pressure is on you, how much pressure you want. You might be a little tighter here than you were in the back of the legs, maybe vice versa, so you just gotta feel it out. and you gauge how much pressure to put on it. If you need to ever adjust it, you can always slide it back down. Find those spots. From here, I'm gonna turn it all the way around so your toes are pointing straight up and down. I'm on both elbows now, and I'm gonna roll just below the knee to just above the knee to just below the hip. Full rolls here. If you find a spot here, you can start to maybe flex the knee up and down, maybe bend it side to side. You gauge how much pressure and where to roll and where you need it. Everyone's gonna be different here. All right, from here, we're gonna come to the inside part. So for this one, I'm gonna turn around and face this way. So my toes are pointed outwards now, and I'm on the inside part of my quadriceps. So I started on the outer. Now for this one, I get very tight, so I a lot of times put my entire leg, my right leg that is, on the ground, and I kind of lift it as I come up towards the hips. You can even kind of start to turn the legs here again. If you find a spot at the top, maybe spend a little more time at the top. If you find a spot at the bottom, adjust the foam roller, find some more spot, spend some more time down there. And very good there. So from there, we'll come to the right side. So I'll just stay right here. I'll point my toes in first. I'm on the outer portion of my quadriceps. And I'm gonna just gently go just above the knee to just below the hips. Again, you can kind of spend half the time on the upper half and then half the time on the lower. If you need to adjust the foam roller, feel free to do so. From here, we're gonna come straight over, straight up and down. So right on the front here, remember, you can always flex and extend the knee. You can rock it side to side. Try to find those spots that need a little extra work. Very good, and then when you're ready, I'm gonna flip it back around. This way. Come on this side so you guys can see me. Inside part of the quadriceps, toes point out. So you guys don't have to flip it around, I'm just flipping so you guys can see me a little better. So here, if you find a spot that doesn't need as much pressure, like for me right here, I put my whole leg on the ground, and I just use my top leg to roll itself out, and I gauge how much pressure I want. And then as I go up, if I need a little more, I'll lift that leg up. And as I come back down, I'll put it back. So you should be, you don't want it to be hurting, but a slight discomfort. Think of it like that. Whenever you're rolling out your muscles, that is fine. Slight discomfort, but no pain. So we'll do a few more rows here. And then all we're gonna do now is take it out and flip it around. Put this back in my pocket. And here we go. So we're coming to the calves. I'm gonna go right side first since I'm right here. We're gonna go just below the knee to just above the ankles. We're just rolling out the muscle here in the back of our leg. Toes pointed outward to start. I'm gonna roll it up and bring it back. Kind of like the hamstrings. You can always stack the feet You can lift the hips up, you can drag them on the floor. We're going on the outside part of our calf right now, nice and slow. And then from here, we're gonna point the toes straight up and down and just roll right behind the calf muscle. From here, we can also start to twist as we roll here. So you can maybe find a groove or a seam that as you roll it, you twist the feet. You can also just rock side to side, flex the toes up and down, or the heel, I should say. And then of course, don't forget the inside. Point those toes in, roll the inner part of your calf muscles. And then when you're ready, just swing it on through. I'm gonna turn myself around though. We're gonna hit the left side. So, point the toes out to start, outer part of the calf. One side might feel tighter than the other, that's perfectly normal. Point the toes straight up and down. Continue to roll, like I said here. You can start to rock side to side. You can twist as you roll, find new spots, maybe that maybe need a few more seconds on. Play with the angle of the foot, as that'll change what you're rolling. And then don't forget the inside part of the calves. And very good there. So last thing we're gonna roll out before we start stretching. Right here, triceps. So we're just gonna be on our stomach, roll back and forth a little bit. We're just holding ourselves up a lot, using those muscles. You can flex the elbow up and down. You can rock it side to side, play with the angles. Get the inner, turn it out, get the outer. You gauge again how much pressure you put on the triceps. And after a little while, we'll just switch sides. Same thing, you can flex up and down, you can rock side to side. You might go inner, maybe turn the arm out. Just give it a little roll. Release the fascia, which is the whole point of foam rolling. Make yourself feel good. And then from there, we're gonna come right in to our stretches. Foam rollers can go off to the side now. What I'm gonna have you guys do is start on your back, giving your left knee, we're gonna go left knee hug, pull it into the chest. You're gonna feel some compression on the hip and a little stretch back here in the glute. So breathe into the stretch, nice big breaths. We're just gonna hold here, right leg is straight. And from here, I want you guys to drop that left arm down, keep the right hand on the left knee and pull it on over. Try to keep both shoulder blades though on the mat. Don't worry about how far over this comes. You want to keep both shoulder blades down the entire time. And that'll get you a nice stretch in the glute, the hip, and of course, the lower back. Gently release it, extend that left foot out, take the right knee, hug it in. from here, I want you to drop the right arm down now. Look towards that right arm. Keep the left hand on the right knee. Pull the right knee over the left. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat or floor, whatever you're on. Breathe into it, feel that stretch. Lower back, glutes, hips. And then gently release here. What I want to do now is flip it on over. Hands right by the chest. I want to open up and stretch out that stomach. You always have the option here just to come up to the elbows and lift the chest up. If you want more of a stretch, get it onto the hands. We spend a lot of time hunched over looking at phones, so let's do the opposite and open up. All right, we're gonna start to get the upper body stretch here as well as the lower back. What I wanna do is we're gonna push back into a child's pose, but don't worry about how far back you sit. You don't have to sit on your heels. I want you to reach the hands way out in front. If you're all the way back on your heels, that's great, but then walk your hands farther out. Head and neck nice and loose. We're stretching the shoulders, the lats, the side of our back here, so this muscle right here, and our lower back. Stay here, walk the hands to the right a little bit. We're gonna feel it more on the left side of the body. Keep the hips back, keep the arms straight, reach them out. Bring it back to center, continue to walk to the left, feel it more on the right side of the body. Bring it back to center, hold here. Very good, then from here I want you to stand it all the way up. So what we're gonna do now, take the feet nice and wide apart. Keep the toes pointed forward. Take an inhale up, reach, exhale, fold over. Head and neck nice and loose. Hang out here for just a sec. If you can, while you're here, inch the feet a little bit wider. Start to feel in the back of the legs, your hamstrings, and your adductors. We're gonna walk the hands to the right, hold here, head and neck stays loose. Walk the hands back to center, continue to walk them to the left. Legs stay straight. Walk them back to center, hold here for just a sec. Try to get the hands flat on the ground. If you can, maybe even inch them back a little bit. And then from here, slowly rise up. Keep the legs spread apart. Come all the way to standing, hands in front of the chest. I want you to lunge to the right. Keep that left leg straight. Don't worry about how far down you go. We're just focusing on stretching right now. Right in here. We're gonna hold that position. Very good, we're gonna push it back up, come to the other side, lunge down. Very good. Come all the way back up. Walk those feet back to center. If you want to grab your foam roller to hang on to for this next one, or a wall, feel free to do so. What we're going to do is grab that right foot with our right hand. We're going to pull it back, keep the knee in, stretch out the quads, front of the thigh. We're just going to hold this position here. And then from here, we're going to slightly bend that left leg, kick the right leg back. Keep pulling the foot though. You're still stretching the quads, but you're going to feel right in the hip flexor now. So right in the front of the hip here. Very good. Gently release it down. And we'll switch sides. Left hand to left foot, pull it back, keep the knee in, stretch out the quads, front of the thigh. Then from here, bend that right knee just a bit, kick the left leg back, keep pulling in, stretch out the hips, the quads. So we're looking at the front of the hip or hip flexor here. Very good. Gently release there. From there, we can come into the upper body a little bit. We're going to start hands behind the back, press them down, lift them up. We're going to open up the chest and shoulders. Hold this position, stretch out the chest, stretch out the shoulders. Keep everything tall though, don't lean forward. From there, I want you guys to take your right arm, bring it in front, left arm, bring it in front, right arm underneath. If you got the opposite going now, that's okay, we're gonna end up doing both. Just try to pull that arm in and kind of lift the bottom arm up a little bit. Stretching out the shoulders, nice shoulder stretch here. We're using our shoulders to hold ourselves up on that foam roller, so let's give them a good stretch. And we'll just switch it. Very good. From here, left hand up over the head, right hand on the left elbow, gently pull. Stretching out the triceps, back of the arm. Again, we use that quite a bit, holding ourselves up to use the foam roller, so give it a good stretch. Gently release, switch it up. Gently release, and very good. From there, feet hip width apart, toes pointed forward. Take a big inhale up, reach the arm straight up, lengthen that vertebrae. Take a couple exhales here, inhale, exhale, and then we take another big inhale. On the exhale here, I want you to lean to a side and push away. Feel the stretch go right down the side of the body, the lats, the obliques. Inhale it back up, exhale other side. Bring another big inhale up. Reach it straight up. And on the exhale, fold forward, head and neck nice and loose. Let everything just hang. Stretch out the hamstrings again a little bit, lower back. You can cross at the elbows if you want. You can lightly sway back and forth, or just kind of let it all hang. Take a minute here for yourself. And then from here, I want you to slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time. Neck and head being the last thing to come up. We're going to take one more big inhale up, one more big reach, and then one more exhale and release. And you guys are all set. Awesome job today. Keep watching these videos. Hope to see you guys all again very, very soon. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, but don't forget to work out and get your exercise in. Thank you very much. Have a great day.